1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There in Banjo Land, Mike Hennig here, coming to you today with the fun old jam song, Mama Don't Allow, in the key of A. This is a really fun one to jam on. I always think of the Flat and Scruggs version, but basically what happens in this song is you do Mama Don't Allow no banjo picking around here, Mama Don't Allow no mandolin picking around here. So each verse highlights a different instrument, which creates a really fun jam environment. You go around and each instrument gets to take a solo. It's really fun. So we're going to do this one in the key of A, think it out of the key of G, and we're going to do two solos. We're going to do a down the neck version and then an up the neck version. I would probably classify this one as like advanced beginner, maybe 4 or 5 out of 10 difficulty level. If you know some of the basic rolls and licks, I think you can get this one. If you're an absolute beginner, I wouldn't tackle this one right off the bat, but if you got some of the basic rolls and licks down, you can get this one down. I'll break down both solos note for note as always, just as I played at the beginning of the video, and then we'll also do some easy backup. All right, enough talking. Let's jump into Mama Don't Allow in the key of A. Here we go. All right, so let's start breaking down this first down the neck solo for Mama Don't Allow. Remember, I've got my capo on the 2nd fret. I've got my 5th string tuned up to A. We're going to sound like the key of A, but we're going to be thinking in the key of G. If you don't have your capo or you don't feel like putting it on, you can also practice this song in the key of G, but if you want to play along with me, you're going to want to be in the key of A. All right, let me start by playing the first 9 measures so you can kind of hear like the opening melody line, and then we'll break it down a measure at a time. Here we go. Do that again real slow. Okay, so let's start with our little pickup in measure 1. We're going to count beat 1, 1, and then on the and of beat 1, we're going to play the open 3rd string with our index finger of our right hand, and then on beat 2, we're going to hit the open 4th string, and then do an open 2 hammer-on the 4th string, so play your thumb again, and then hit the open 3rd string with your thumb of your right hand. So you have 1, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 1. And if that's a little too complex for you, take out the initial offbeat pickup and just play. That'll make it a little easier. So 1. But adding that little offbeat pickup's very kind of like J.D. Crowe. 1. Just gives it a cool little upbeat kickoff. 1. That's what we're doing, and then our opening melody line, we're going to take our middle finger of our left hand and do a 2-3 slide on the 3rd string, doing thumb index with our right hand. And then take your hand immediately off and do thumb middle, open 3rd string, open 1st string. So you have, so with my right hand, remember I'm doing thumb index, thumb middle, and I'm doing that slide while doing that roll. Playing the first 4 notes of measure 2. And then for the second 4 notes, then we go up to the 5th string with our thumb. We do a forward roll, 5, 3, 1, 5. So we have, you can't loop it because it starts and ends with your thumb, but you can practice it. We have, so that's kind of the Mama Don't Allow part. And then we cross the bar line into measure 3. So start measure 3 with your index finger of your right hand, very important. So open 3rd string with your index finger, and then middle finger, and then do another forward roll, 5, 3, 1, and then come back to the index finger, 3rd string, and then 2nd fret, 4th string, open 1st string. Let's practice that one on its own, and then we'll add it to measure 2. So again, really important, you have to start with your index finger. Why is that? The last note of measure 2 is your thumb, right? So if your thumb might want to come down and try and start measure 3, but we need our index finger to start that. So I'm just looping it. Really good practice to start that phrase with your index finger and make it powerful. Okay, let's put that together with measure 2, and now you'll see how we're crossing the bar line from measure 2 into measure 3 with a forward roll, which is also very classic Scruggs style. So we're going into measure 3. Now we can loop it, so we have our classic Scruggs lick, right? So most classic Scruggs lick you can know. Definitely memorize this one. So we do open 3rd string, open 1st string, and then again another forward roll, 5, 3, 1 with a slide. So we're going, and then back to open 3rd string, 2nd fret, open 1st string. Okay, so a couple things to notice here. Notice that it's actually very similar right hand. It's actually the exact same right hand as measure 3, except we're starting it with our thumb. So the only difference is that slide. Don't let that slide throw off your right hand. Again, very important. Isolate just the right hand on its own. Forget the left hand. In measure 4, we're going. So I'm just pretending all the notes are 0, right? I'm just looking at the right hand below. Thumb, middle, thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, middle. Add the left hand back. You can notice there's no pause in that roll, right? Straight 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when you add the left hand slide back, don't let you do a pause, because that's very common, is when you go to do that slide, your right hand will pause, right? So we needed to do this. A common mistake would be like something like this, where you kind of stop your right hand and then you do that slide and then you start again. We need our right hand to keep moving. It's a classic lick. You'll definitely want to practice that one. Okay, so, and then we go into measure 5 and just do pinches to fill up the space. So if you're following along with the words, that's like the mama don't allow no banjo picking around here parts. We're going. You could loop measures 2 through 5. That's kind of like the opening melody line. Just skip the pickup. Starts over. Play that same melody line, so measures 6 and 7 are the same as 2 and 3, so exact same. Now we're going to go into a classic Scruggs style D lick. We're just going to do a 2-finger D chord, so you're right here with your middle finger, and then you're going to take your ring finger and quickly put it on the 4th fret of the 4th string, put your index finger of your left hand on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So you're just playing just like 2-finger D. And we're going to do this cool little picking pattern. We're going to do thumb on the 4th string, and then pinch strings 3 and 1, and then thumb on the 4th string again, pinch strings 2 and 1, back to the 4th string, pinch 3 and 1, back, pinch 2 and 1. So we're kind of going back and forth with this cool little rhythm. I'll do the rhythm in a second, but just get the picking down. We go. Doing there, and then we're just adding this little rhythm. We're going 1, 2, 3 and then we end it with a little partial roll. So the count is 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4 and. Might even be easier to just try and play along, but the count is 1, 2, 3 and and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 4, and. Do it without talking. The other thing you can do, obviously your left hand's actually not doing anything there, but you could practice the right hand on its own, right? So pretend they're all zeros or just mute it. Add the left hand back. But remember, your left hand's not doing anything, but if it's confusing you, just, again, eliminate one of the variables, remove your left hand, focus on just the right hand, right? And then you'll get it. So let's practice getting into that lick. Let's play 6 through 9 we have. The other thing you can do there is like a little slide. Right here. Like you could slide from 3 to 4.